Japan, the land of the rising sun. This island nation, surrounded by the Pacific Ocean, has a history as beautiful as its cherry blossoms and as strong as its ancient temples. From its earliest pottery to the bright lights of Tokyo, Japan's story is full of fascinating contrasts. Old traditions mixed with modern technology, brave warriors and peaceful gardens, powerful emperors and groundbreaking artists. We're about to go on a journey through thousands of years, from Japan's mysterious beginnings to the economic giant it is today. We'll see empires rise and fall, swords clash and poets whisper, times of isolation and times of change, destruction and rebirth. Join us as we explore the heart of Japan, a country that continues to amaze the world with its unique blend of the old and the new. Our story starts in a time shrouded in mystery, a time when woolly mammoths still roamed the earth, and the landscape was vastly different from what we know today. Around 14,000 BCE, the first people, hunter-gatherers who traveled across land bridges from mainland Asia, arrived on the Japanese islands. These early settlers were resilient and resourceful, adapting to their new environment with remarkable skill. These brave pioneers, known as the Jomon people, marked the beginning of Japanese civilization. They established the foundations of a culture that would endure for millennia. The Jomon period, which lasted for thousands of years, gets its name from the special pottery made by its people. This pottery is among the oldest in the world, showcasing their advanced craftsmanship. These clay pots, decorated with intricate patterns made with cords, give us a glimpse into their world. Each piece tells a story of daily life, rituals, and the artistic expression of the Jomon people. The Jomon people lived in pit houses dug into the ground, hunted wild animals, gathered nuts and berries, and fished in the plentiful waters. Their lifestyle was deeply connected to the natural world around them. They had a deep connection with nature, which we can see in their beliefs about spirits in the natural world. This spiritual connection influenced their daily lives and cultural practices. During the Jomon period, people gradually started to settle down in one place. This shift from a nomadic lifestyle to more permanent settlements marked a significant change in their way of life. As the climate got warmer, the Jomon people began to grow plants, setting the stage for the development of agriculture that would transform Japan in the centuries to come. This agricultural innovation was a pivotal moment in their history. Their legacy, preserved in clay and stone, shows us the ingenuity and resilience of Japan's earliest inhabitants. These artifacts provide a window into their lives, their struggles, and their triumphs. Around 300 BCE, a new chapter began in Japan's story. The Yayoi period, named after a place in Tokyo where unique pottery from this time was first discovered, marked a major turning point in Japanese history. It was during this time that rice farming, brought over from mainland Asia, took hold in the fertile Japanese soil. The arrival of rice farming had a huge impact on Yayoi society. As more people started growing rice, new technologies like irrigation and metalworking also spread. Villages grew larger and more complex, eventually becoming powerful chiefdoms. The Yayoi people also developed advanced tools and weapons made of bronze and iron, leading to the rise of a warrior class. The Yayoi period saw Japan gradually become unified under a single ruler. This period laid the foundation for the emergence of a powerful imperial court and the blossoming of Japanese culture in the centuries to come. The introduction of rice farming, a seemingly small change, had set in motion a series of events that would shape the destiny of a nation. Section 4. The Forging of a Nation, the Kofun period. The Kofun period, starting around 300 CE, brought a dramatic change to Japan's political and social landscape. This era marked the beginning of a new chapter in Japanese history, characterized by the emergence of powerful regional leaders and the construction of massive burial mounds. Named after the huge burial mounds, called Kofun, that are characteristic of this era, this period saw the rise of powerful clans and the establishment of the Yamato court as the main political power in Japan. These mounds, often keyhole-shaped, were built for the elite and reflected their immense power and influence. The Kofun period was a time of intense warfare and political maneuvering as rival clans fought for control. These conflicts were not just about territory, but also about asserting dominance and securing resources. The Yamato clan, through a combination of military skill and strategic alliances, eventually came out on top, consolidating their rule over most of Japan. Their ability to forge alliances with other powerful clans was crucial in their rise to power. The Yamato court, claiming to be descended from the sun goddess Amaterasu, established a hereditary system of emperors who would rule Japan for centuries to come. This divine lineage provided them with a sense of legitimacy and continuity. The Kofun period also saw increased contact with mainland Asia, particularly China and Korea. These interactions were instrumental in shaping the cultural and technological landscape of Japan. This cultural exchange brought with it Buddhism, Confucianism, and a host of new technologies and artistic styles that would have a profound impact on Japanese culture. The introduction of these philosophies and innovations helped to transform Japanese society. The Kofun period, a time of war and cultural assimilation, laid the foundation for the flourishing of Japanese civilization in the following centuries. It was a transformative era that set the stage for the rich cultural heritage that Japan is known for today. Section 5. The Rise of Emperors and Empires, the Asuka and Nara periods. The Asuka and Nara periods, lasting from the late 6th to the late 8th centuries, witnessed Japan's transformation into a powerful and sophisticated empire. This era was marked by significant political, cultural, and religious changes that shaped the future of Japan. This era saw Buddhism become a major force in Japanese society, influencing not just religion, but also art, architecture, and daily life. The creation of a centralized government based on Chinese models, which brought about a more organized and efficient administration, and the flourishing of art, literature, and architecture. These cultural advancements were heavily influenced by Chinese and Korean styles, yet they evolved into something uniquely Japanese. The Asuka period, from 592 to 710, marked a turning point in Japanese history with Prince Shotoku's adoption of Buddhism as the state religion. His efforts laid the foundation for a unified and culturally rich Japan. Prince Shotoku, acting as regent for Empress Suiko, implemented a series of reforms aimed at centralizing power and promoting Buddhism. These reforms included the establishment of a constitution and the promotion of moral governance. He established a system of government ranks, which helped to organize the bureaucracy and ensure that capable individuals were placed in positions of power. Sent missions to China to study Chinese culture and government, bringing back knowledge that would be adapted to fit Japanese needs, and ordered the construction of magnificent Buddhist temples. These temples not only served religious purposes, but also became centers of learning and culture. In 710, the capital was moved to Nara, marking the beginning of the Nara period, which lasted until 794. This move was significant as it symbolized the establishment of a permanent and stable government. Nara, modeled after the Chinese Tang dynasty capital of Chang'an, became a center of culture and learning. The city was meticulously planned and featured grand temples, palaces, and administrative buildings. The Nara period saw the construction of some of Japan's most iconic Buddhist temples, including Todaiji, home to the Great Buddha statue, which remains a symbol of Japan's rich cultural heritage, and Kofukuji, famous for its 5-story pagoda. These structures not only showcased architectural brilliance, but also served as spiritual and cultural hubs. The Asuka and Nara periods, a time of imperial ambition and cultural innovation, laid the groundwork for the development of a uniquely Japanese cultural identity. The influence of these periods can still be seen in modern Japan. These periods saw the fusion of foreign influences with indigenous traditions, creating a rich tapestry of art, literature, and religious practices that would come to define Japanese culture. The legacy of the Asuka and Nara periods continues to inspire and shape Japan to this day.